Sentinels were up 9-3 at the half and choked this. Actually went for a VCT America's record amount of rounds, that being 40. And it was some of the worst Valorant I've ever seen in overtime. I'm not going to bullshit you. It was the same strat like 10 times. And it made me want to gouge my eyes out. So let's break down this video. Go ahead, drop a subscription. I'm recording this at 4 in the morning. If you don't subscribe, I'm going to be very upset. Let's get it, boys. I'm going to be skipping literally all of MIBR's defense. Don't worry, we will get plenty of MIBR defense on overtime. And if you're wondering, oh, will you have enough to analyze? Yeah, I will. This has about an hour and 10 minutes left, which is longer than a normal map in Valorant. So let's go ahead and take a look at this pistol round from MIBR and kind of their strategy, which is a bit of a preview for the strategy for overtime. Both of these teams don't really defend art a lot, and I mean, it makes sense, right? You don't want to commit too much to this area of the map. People instead prefer to leave someone here a lot of the time. And so both teams would exploit that in overtime, and apparently they don't change anything up after 10 rounds. It was interesting that we had some pretty bad Valorant being played. One thing that I would actually like for you guys to, a little bit of a question for you. Why do you guys think that people still play in the spot where Bang is playing? Right here. Teams know you're going to be there. It's spammable. I mean, with Tejo being meta, John QT, also no fucking idea why MIBR are running KJ against a known Tejo, like one trick pretty much in John QT. No clue. Right? But anyways, why do you guys think that people still play in the spot? Because of all the mollies and stuff in the meta? I mean, for crying out loud, there are 2 mollies on the side of MIBR. And that's not to mention all the stuns or whatever. Anyways, just some food for thought. And then the shock darts, I was counting KO molly. I didn't even think about shock darts. Anyways, MIBR are able to finally get in sight. Convert here, sends game plan. Kind of falls apart after Artisan is able to get that molly kill. And once they can't play numbers, they're forced to retake in a 2v4. Not too much you can do here, right? Zealous is already super low. Yeah, not too much. So MIBR get a much needed pistol round. But let me show you guys how they were able to win this next round. That was very important. Wow, I wonder where they're going. Okay, a little too nonchalant there, but the point is, all you would see this entire game, and I noticed it now more so after watching like a bunch of the OT rounds and losing my mind on stream. Just go through art. Just go through art to split the site. And now I want to talk about something that is a bit of a sore subject. So a lot of people call Aspas a baiter, and they will show you things like Aspas lurking right here. For example, the team has A, he's lurking over on B. Now, this is why I kind of disagree with the narrative that Aspas is a baiter. First off, it's very easy to be considered a baiter, and let me stop it right there, when you have better aim than everyone. Like, if you smurf, which first of all, you're probably a piece of shit person if you have to smurf, but second of all, if you do, then you will probably know the feeling of, you know, all my teammates are worse than me, just let me bait you. Just let me bait you so I can get the trade because you will not shoot your gun. But Aspas right here, if you'll notice, all of the players, except for one on MIBR, have light shield. Second as an outlaw. So when they tell Aspas to lurk over here, stall rotations from B, stall this last guy, hopefully kill this last guy. When you have Aspas lurk, you are telling him, and you are trusting him, and that he will get this kill. You're trusting him and saying, we aren't going to have an entry on A, but you will get this kill for us. Can you trust Xenom or Cortesia, 2 people that would more naturally be lurking in terms of roles, to get this kill as much as you can Aspas? No, you can't. Let's just be honest here. And Aspas ends up calling for the rotation here. But people will just look at this and say, oh my goodness, Aspas isn't on site, without kind of taking in what he's doing, right? And what this lurk accomplishes. Send save, but ever since the plat tray, I can't remember who did it, it might have been Sideshow, had a rant about Aspas being a baiter, and he did it internationally. There was a game where he was kind of being inserted a lot. A lot of people just say, oh, he's a baiter, without kind of looking and thinking, which, you know, hey, everyone does it. Everyone, like, repeats opinions, right? I did the same thing with Kayak. I, like, score watched and watched, like, one game, and I was like, oh, he doesn't look bad. Or, oh, he doesn't look good, and then I actually watched the game and he looks pretty good once I start watching. Obviously, that was a bit due to how he kind of started coming on. But anyways, just wanted to kind of put that narrative to rest. Not to rest. I mean, obviously, I'm not a big enough YouTuber to do that. But just kind of give you guys a little bit of insight. Not all lurks are bad from a duelist. And not all baits necessarily are bad, right? There are some situations where the call is bait me. Think 2v1, you have a low teammate. The call needs to be from that low teammate every single time. Bait me, bait me, bait me, bait me, bait me, and win us the round. Also, just wanted to point out how aggressive MIBR were this game. Like, they forced 5 rifles here and then decided to push spawn with Aspas being low. They ended up losing, I believe, a Phantom and a Guardian total here because Zelsis with a nice shot doesn't expect Artisan here. But also, shout out Zelsis. He genuinely had a chance to break the best of 5 kill record. He was on like 70 or 80, so maybe 79 or 78 or something. After map 3, he was shooting for every map. Like, he was not inconsistent whatsoever. He shot, and he shot well. And it would have been, in my mind, I really was kind of hoping for him to break the kill record, because imagine how funny it would be for, you know, the people that formerly held the kill record are like Aspas. Actually, I don't think Aspas has held it, but Demon 1, Kang, and then the guy that has the most kills at a best of 5, Zelsis. Would have been so funny, man. Just felt like it was my duty as a fucking YouTuber to point out how boring this round was. Like, look at this, look at this. This is the POV we get. And I'm not blaming the observers. This is what was happening. Spam through a wall, spam through a smoke, spam through a smoke, spam through a wall, spam through another wall. Use Tail explodey thingy on the wall. Wait 5 seconds so we can get a coordinated plan of attack. Try and deny plant. Boom. Molly. Boom. Tejo explodey drone come with tether rope, tie him down to the bed sheet. Like, this is Valorant 2025. I just want to talk about this post play. Man, this was a thing of beauty. And I'm being so honest here. I mean, first off, you use Tejo ult and Vice ult in combination. No one's going to be playing here. MIBR, while other than Aspas, they aren't the greatest players in the world. They know that if you have Tejo ult and they play here, they're just going to die. So no one's going to play here. Now, Grant, I'm not too mad at anyone for that specifically, just because Tejo hasn't been out for too long. So it's hard to anti-strat the other team's anti-strat. But anyways, 3v4 here, and then with fucking Sentinels demon magic, turns into a 2v3. Now, Aspas is going to be one of the people alive, which means MIBR have a fighting chance here. But it's also going to be, interestingly enough, Xenom with the op. So watch how they play this. 3v2, one of your players has an op. This is actually very, very difficult to win, but it's played almost perfectly. Xenom concusses for Aspas to peek, then he peeks. Aspas peeks on the left side, then Aspas tries to draw the crosshair, bang, as Xenom lines up the op shot, gets it. Mwah. Beautiful team play, beautiful, just mwah. That's good Valorant right there. I love that. But I'd love even more if you joined as a Lionzblade member and got all these cool perks. Sell out, link in description, go ahead, join today, thank you. For a second there, it literally looked at, for a second there was a 2v4, but also for a second there, it looked like MIBR might just come back and beat Sen, no OT required. Xenom, by the way, beautiful 1v2 clutch. This is mwah, over here. If you whiff this shot, Sentinels most likely win the game. If you hit this shot, they should lose because their economy is going to be absolutely broken. They don't, at least not yet, but again, this shot has massive implications, and Xenom is, you know, mwah, up to the task. But let's see how Sen are able to win this eco round, because this should not have been won. MIBR should have taken this map right here, and we wouldn't have had the overtime fiasco that we did, which, don't worry, I'll get into. Now look at this buy. It's not terrible from Sentinels. It didn't fully break the economy. However, still a lot of light shield, you know, a Guardian. But also look at the ults. See, MIBR have 2 ults, but they don't have any ults coming up in rotation. Once they use these 2, they're done for now until we get to overtime. Sentinels, though, they have Tejo ult, they have Vice ult coming up, possible Yoru and Fatal as well. You need to kill them now, because if you don't, and they can get these ults online, they'll be able to brute force their way to overtime. So the call is instantly, hey, rush B, my kittens, let's go. No shotgun waiting on the other side of the teleporter, though. Just Zelsis, who, again, doesn't look like it right now, but he ended up frying this game, and he was doing very well for the other games as well. I really wish he was dropped the BF5 kill record, man. It would have been so funny. Think about it. Anyways, they go ahead and execute. Zelsis is right here. Artisan blinds himself, and again, those ults, Zelsis immediately puts it on here. He dies, but it doesn't really matter. He stalled the execute and made sure that they're not going to be getting any trades. So it's going ahead 2v4, and there's not too much you can do, right? Zekken is going to get these two to clean it up, put him on track for his ult, which they will use to secure the next round, all of the ults in combination. And I mean, you know, it's hard for Sentinels to come back down here, but it's even harder for MIBR to come back down 3-9. So really good job by them. And now let's look at overtime. And I think I'm going to slowly lose my mind. So again, you guys better subscribe. So to give you what my reaction was like on stream, I'll do this, which is pretty much a word for word reinterpretation. And you know, it's hard to get things exactly as perfect, but I will try my best. Because I was rooting for MIBR, it was a Sentinels hate watch. Anyways, yes, no, Zekken, no, fuck. Aspas, save us, please. Aspas, go kill. No, fuck, Aspas, what are you doing? Okay, Xenom 1v2, easy Xenom 1v2. Imagine that, but for 20 more rounds, and that was pretty much how my stream went. So make sure to check it out today. I'm going to be co-streaming the America's Grand Finals. Anyways, Xenom here loses this. Can't really be expected to win this, obviously. Yeah, there's just not much you can do there, and then bang with the useless stat padding. And I can't fault him for it. You know, you can do whatever he wants. Now, this is the round that I thought Sentinels would lose after, and you'll see why in a second. But first off, wanted to point out, Aspas bought a glass cannon op literally every single time on defense. Yeah, he's that guy. But it worked out a lot. I'm not a fan of glass cannon ops, like in general, but it was working out. I'm not going to fault them for it at all. Zekken, interestingly, didn't. He's not the strongest opper. He's not even known, I think, as too strong of an opper at all. But he didn't until very, very late. And it seemed kind of like okay, we've been playing this for like 30 minutes in just overtime. Let's just try something new here. But again, Aspas got a lot. But I did mention that this round, I thought, was going to end everything for Sentinels. Because remember, MIBR's defense was what they were bad at. And they won the defensive round here, but they did that last time, to be fair. But it wasn't even that. It was what happened to Zelsis. So, Zelsis, you know him, vibes merchant, happy-go-lucky guy. But he was known on V1 to be a bit of a tilter, to be a bit kind of negative at some points, which, everyone is, but a lot of people kind of forget because of how he is now. Great flash over there on Aspas. But Bang here, as soon as Bang dies, it's kind of, okay, unwinnable. Zelsis, you tried your best. It'd be nice, but we can't expect you to. Then Zelsis gets this kill, and suddenly, you think, wait, Artisan 33 HP, if he can kill Aspas here, then he could actually win this round for Sentinels, especially with this ult invested. But then this happens. He gets knifed, and if you were watching the player cam here, you saw that. He slammed that desk. He was pissed. You can see for the next couple rounds after, it actually ended up leading into a mistake that you'll see, and I'll kind of point out to you here. But if they do the replay, Zelsis never looks like that, first of all. And they actually MIBR call a timeout, and I'll explain why I don't agree with that after they show Zelsis hitting his desk, because I think it's funny. But first off, the reaction time from Aspas there, just absolutely insane. But right there, you can see he is pissed. But MIBR call a timeout here. I disagree with this. Zelsis was known. He replaced Pankata partly for role issues. True, don't get me wrong. But also partly because he kind of clicked with the roster. He's called a vibes guy, but it's not a negative thing. He genuinely was just very, very vibey and helps the roster click. I truly think, and this is probably a bit out there, so let me know what you guys think about it. I truly think if you have him being pissed, let that stew for this next round. Don't let him talk to his coach who's telling him, hey, calm down. You couldn't have won that. It's okay. We'll get them here. It'll be fine. We're going to win this. If you don't let that happen, and Sen don't call a timeout, which I don't know if they would have or not. I would have if I were Sentinels, but I'm also not Sentinels. If I get my mic fixed, there we go. I truly believe that you should have not called this timeout. Had him be tilted, because he's been shooting, right? Not even just this map. He top fragged on the other two maps as well, right? He's been their shooter. Zekken's been kind of off So he's been doing all of this. I I know I've said I truly believe like 5 times, but seriously, I think if you let him stew in the fact that he lost that and he's pissed, that could have messed up for Sentinels because he already, even after a timeout where they took time, I know, would bet my ball sack on it that they took time to tell him, yo, calm down, it's all good, it's all good, it's all good. Like for probably half of that timeout, if not more. He still made mistakes because he wanted to kill Aspas because he was tilted. And I mean, it's understandable, right? When you get knifed, that can tilt you. But also, he felt like that was winnable right there, right? He felt as if that was something he could have done for his team, carried, you know. He's not always the strongest shooter, and that's something he felt like he could have done for his team. I mean, I'm not blaming, I will never blame anyone for tilting. I think it's stupid. I think Valorant kind of has like a thing towards it for some reason where they're like, oh my god, he tilted, blah, 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 because Valorant is a bit of a softer community. I'm not blaming him at all. I'm just simply stating facts, which is when you're tilted, you don't play as well 99% of the time. But if we can notice, right about here, Zekin saves the round for them. So let me show you where the kind of mistake happened right here. So Zelsis ends up not really almost losing the morale, but when he goes here and he's spraying, he's trying to kill Aspas. This is an overheat, and he knows it. Like, I don't want to say sober Zelsis, because obviously he's not on drugs, but Zelsis that isn't, I want to kill Aspas because he knifed me, doesn't do this because he's aware here, but he wanted that kill on Aspas so badly. Anyway, Sentinels win, don't get me wrong. Right here with Spike down, this is almost unwinnable for MIBR. You can't expect anything to be done. Man, that champ's gonna look sick with like the aura and it's all glowing because of all of his kills. But yeah, you can't expect really anything to be done here. From the side of MIBR. Yeah, NZR is kind of lost. I'm against glass cannon ops, just as a principle. If they don't hit your sight, then you're opting into a retake, which is weaker than a rifle, not to mention the fact that you don't have shield. However, Aspas kind of makes up for it. Has obviously a good instinct on where they're going to go. He has a good read, but also when he's given the chance to shoot his operator, he doesn't miss. Again, just so unbelievably consistent with it. He's full blinded. He's able to get out of the Teo stuff and pretty much kickstart winning this round for MIBR. Zelsis again in a 1v3. Yeah, not going to be able to win this one either. He is able to kill Aspas though. I think that had to feel a little bit good. Anyways, MIBR have another chance to close this out, and this is where everything starts getting a bit unhinged. Fair warning, I'm probably going to get pissed, so you might want to turn me down. Sentinels comp and their plan on A is, hey, let's stall the plant. Let's not let you plant. We're going to have Bang here to spam plant. We're going to have tail missiles. We're going to have Zelthus little razor vine things. We're going to stun you. We are going to deny the plant. MIBR know this, and yet for some reason stand with their dicks out in a jerk circle for about 20 seconds here. Yeah, so tap to draw out the util. Good, great, good. Again, wonderful. I'm cool with that. Okay, cool, tail stuff's down. Go, tap the bomb, tap the bomb. Their entire game plan is stalling you from planting. Please tap the bomb. Please tap the bomb. Plant the bomb. Tap the bomb. We finally tap like 2 seconds too late. Bang just starts spamming. Okay, 20 seconds left, guys. Let's plant the bomb. No, we don't do that. He finally starts planting. Oh, he gets spammed. Huh, crazy. Maybe we should have tried to plant the bomb. All right, chat. 12 seconds left. Are we going to plant? No. 3v3. Are we going to plant? No. Zelsis just kills Aspas. Artisan is now in an unwinnable situation because we didn't hurry up and try and plant the bomb. And again, I can already hear the comments going, well, where are they supposed to plant? First off, they got the first blood again, losing this round rather. When are they supposed to plant? 1 minute. No space taken. 30 seconds. And we just walk out on the side. Like, there was no real attempt made to stop us. But even then, we have Spike on site here, draws out the util. We are just waiting and waiting. Right here, 27 is when all of the Teo utility is gone. We wait 4 or 5 seconds to tap. That's just unacceptable. And I know I'm going to get the comments. You guys can comment. Please boost my engagement. There's a world where Zekin wins this and Sentinels end up winning this game, and then I don't watch party for another hour, which would be great for my sleep because again, haven't slept. Subscribe. But yeah, I have to co-stream in like 5 hours as of recording and I haven't slept. That's fun. Join as a channel member. Geez, guys, I wonder if someone's going to be anchoring the site. Nah, surely not. This is only pro Valorant. No one would anchor a site. Are you kidding? Oh, we'll throw a little half-hearted molly, you know, and just hope. We'll hope and pray. John QT with a kill. And, I mean, this is where it all kind of falls apart. I really don't want to be that guy. I promise I don't want to be that guy. But Aspas Go Kill is in the strat book. If it's not the entire strat book, it's most of it. This team just falls apart without Aspas. And even, like, not even him getting killed, but just him being alive is like a security blanket to them. Like, there have been plenty of times I've seen it's a 3v3 situation, and, you know, Aspas is alive, but he doesn't get the kills. But if he isn't alive there, they don't play the same. They're nervous without him. And I understand. He's your best player and also the best player in the world, period. I think he's dropping like 30 at this point. But also, you have to have something better than just, please hope to God Aspas is alive. Sentinels are able to win an attack round. This game should be over, right? Like, my chat was saying GG. I was saying GG. I mean, this is almost over. But then MIBR decided, nah, you know, no one needs to sleep tonight. Let's just go for the record, man. Aspas isn't going to get the kill record? Fine, we'll get the longest BO5 in America's history. This is gross, I'm not going to lie. You have the first blood. This is nerves. And don't get me wrong, I understand it completely. Cortesia has never played on a tier 1 roster, and this is the biggest stage of his life, biggest game, and the biggest situation, right? You're down 1, facing elimination. A kill here could secure the round and give you guys another chance, some more life. But, you know, the guy that's known for the headshots barely is able to hit a body shot. Anyways, it is a 3v4 though, because they did kill Zekken earlier over up here. But again, they just have to wait 19 seconds. I thought the game was over right here, by the way. I thought that Sen would be a bit quicker than I plant with the Tejo stuff here, and it would be over. They weren't. Not really sure what was happening, but maybe didn't put them at the right spot. I honestly couldn't tell you. 3v3 though. John QT is low, but so is Artisan. Narrate a bit dinked up as well. Sentinels finally decide to end up going for this. John QT uses the little Tejo like cum rocket thing. But again, this is actually literally exactly what I was referring to. They play this differently without Aspas. Can't tell you what they do, but I promise you they play this differently if Aspas is dead here. Because they're nervous. And I get it. It's fine. You know? Cool. 17-17. We need to start a dialogue here, because this one was ugly. 4v5 seconds dinked up. This looks like the game's over. Again, I mean, there's not a way you come back into this. But then, shooting. It's a 2v4 now. Game is over. Game is done. You know, Sen, go to split, where MIBR's double duelist comp didn't phase them, like, at all. Yeah, it was kind of embarrassing, to be honest. But narrate over here. He rips the word. Okay, my fault. He rips the word. He rips it through their souls. And then Aspas makes probably the dumbest decision I've ever seen. So let me like break this down. I gotta get up. I gotta get down. By the way, I'm 6 foot. By the way, the camera's like super high. People thought I was short. I'm 6 foot. I don't know what I can like compare it to. Just wanted to let you know, ladies, don't hit me up. My girlfriend's crazy. So Aspas here decides to, for some reason, rap. I mean, it shows a lot of trust in your teammate. The issue is that this is like the amount of trust when you lateral back to Mac Jones against the Raiders and expect him to truck through 11 guys. American football. Those who know, mango. Yeah, Aspas doesn't have near enough time for this lurk. And I think like once he got to about here, he realized, wait, fuck, I'm lost. I'm going to look like an idiot. And everyone's going to keep spamming bait pass. Yeah, that was gross. Not really sure what the plan was, to be honest. Like, there's no world where you have enough time for that, and it wasn't even planted for long. Maybe just some sort of, like, mental lapse is kind of my best explanation. Maybe a mental lapse after just playing so many rounds with basically the same game plan for both teams. I mean, to be fair, if it was ever excusable, this is probably the best scenario when you've just played way more Valorant than you should. And narrate here, he's having fun. There was a time where he got his tongue out and got freaky. Also, someone free Cubert, bro. Somebody help my man, because he was getting squeezed this game. I really don't know. I mean, I kind of know. I'm like, you know, I'm like when you're in math and you're like, maybe I get it, but I don't think so. Oh yeah, Cortesia just runs out of ammo here and then just sits in a corner with a shorty. I mean, he couldn't really do anything. But also, I don't know, it just, something rubs me the wrong way when you don't even make an attempt for it, and then he just sits here and does nothing. I don't know, something rubbed me the wrong way about that, but it was funny, to be fair. Also, this is the first round that Zeka and Glass Cannon opt. As past entries gets to, just says, hey, I've got a wife. I know most of you guys are Valorant players and don't have a wife at home, and we gotta go. 3v4 here, and I said some pretty disgusting things. Not disgusting bad, disgusting as in, like, gross to hear things about what I would do for Xenom after he got this. Man, I was tired of this game. Thank you guys so much for watching. Go ahead, subscribe, join as a channel member. I have a link in the Discord. If you're good at thumbnail stuff, I'm holding a competition, and I'll be giving away some Valorant points, so let me know there. Click on one of these two videos if you're interested, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.